Hello, this is Royal Feline, and today I'm showing you another one of my Sims 4 speed builds. This time it's an apartment because I haven't got to try doing apartments yet. I'm trying to do new things that I haven't done before in my builds, and apartments were one of them. Unfortunately, after building it, I found out that you could not upload apartments to the gallery. I don't understand why, but okay. You can only upload penthouses, I guess, but not apartments. So, unfortunately, I did have to upload this as a room. I had to trick the game into thinking it was a room so I could upload it as a room. Therefore, in the preview, the pictures is kind of cut off. But, if you watch this video, well, you'll know what it looks like and you'll know how to find it. Of course, I'll include the download in the description. But, that's the only way I could upload it, and I spent all this time on it, so I really didn't want to just not upload it to the gallery, even if it was kind of messed up the preview, but there you go. But of course you'll need to use the correct lot. So this lot is 920 Medina Studios in the Arts Quarter of Myshuno, which feels kind of fitting because it definitely has like an artsy vibe to it. Honestly, the idea of this build was two roommates. I don't know if, maybe they're in college or maybe they're just trying to make it in a big city, but I had like the idea when I made it. And I feel like the bigger bedroom would have been for a model or something along those lines. Well, the other room could be for a content creator because that's the room with a large desk and a computer, which I ended up really liking the location of the desk because it's in front of the window. And I feel like it'd be so nice to have an amazing view like that while you work. It just seems like it'd be easier to focus. Also, you may have noticed I found the red shelf for this build. It was really helpful for placing clutter. I'm not used to it though, so there was a real struggle several times trying to get it to work correctly. But I will of course include this mod in the description. It isn't custom content, so you don't have to worry about having it to be able to download this build. I like how the shelves ended up above the bed though. I saw some other builds that had something similar and I thought would look really neat in this bedroom. And then I found the string lights and little pictures that really seemed to bring it together. And if she is something like a model, I think that big mirror would be really helpful. But of course, that's why I put the vanity table, because I had something like that in mind already. I did try to make everything as girly as possible in this apartment and have mostly pink and white as the main colors. It's kind of hard to put a lot of pink because the colors can start clashing or looking weird, especially if there's a lot of pink in like a certain area. I still feel like that ended up happening anyway, especially in the kitchen and the living room. I feel like anyone who walked into this apartment may be frightened by the large amount of pink on the walls. But do keep in mind that my intentions for this apartment was for girls, so I don't feel too bad about that. I was going to name this apartment Girly Apartment, but then I realized it was a bit too generic, so I thought Girl Pad would be a little bit more unique and not used as much as probably Girly Apartment would be. Plus, a pad still makes you think about apartment, so I still think it fits. I also tried to make most of the appliances pink, which I thought was kind of funny because it reminds me of Green Acres, but unfortunately there was only one pink stove, and that shade of pink was very dark, while the rest of the appliances I have in the apartment are more of a pastel pink. So I felt like I really couldn't go with it and ended up including a silver oven instead. But I still think it matches because there are other silver objects in the kitchen, and like I said before, there's already a lot of pink in the apartment, so I think having the different colors helps balance it out. One of the downsides of the layout I made is that the living room is so small, while the kitchen is fairly large. So I try to make up for it by including activities in the hall. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing though, as I do like the arches and the open filling between the living room and the kitchen to the point that it almost feels like one room and there's just enough space for the couches and TV. Plus, I feel it's more realistic that way because it's hard to fit everything in a limited apartment, and you do sometimes find apartments or even houses where the living room is a bit too small or the kitchen is too small. So just like real life, you have to, work with the space that you have. I do like the lot I ended up picking for it though, because it had just enough room for the idea I had in mind for this build, and I pretty much think everything fits into its own little space. And I like the fact that the bigger bedroom has a large door because it makes it seem more exquisite, which was exactly the feeling I was going for with that bedroom. But it's also neat that the second bedroom door ended up on a slanted wall. It makes it feel more unique architectural wise, even though it's so close to the chessboard. However, I didn't really like that the hallway from the front door is so small. But again, you have that concept there that you have to work with the room you have and the shape of the apartment, so not everything, you know, will be the size that you want it to be. Now, about this wall in the kitchen, I want to credit Schnuck, I hope I said that right, for this idea, because when I saw it, I thought it would be really neat to have that in this kitchen. Mine did not turn out as good as hers, but I still really like it. It's just was something different and unique, so I really wanted to include it in this build. But the items you see in this speed build are from her toolbox, which again I will include where to get from in the description. But it's all from debug, so there's no custom content in it, and you do not have to have to download this toolbox for this build. But yeah, I just thought I would include something cute and new to this kitchen. Which is also why I like the counters, because I figured out you can make them wrap around like this, which I thought would look really neat and gave me a little area to add some bar stools, even though it limited the space I put the dining table. But that's alright, because I like the little table and just the two chairs, especially if only two roommates are staying here. And then the bar stools could just be for, you know, guests and friends. But when I think of girly, I definitely think of like little knickknacks and decorations, so I tried to include those throughout the kitchen. And I didn't really want to cover up the window because it's a nice view while you're eating, so I kind of try to work around it and at the same time not block the bar stools. So I just ended up including a plant and a statue next to them. I felt unsure about including the star ornaments on the wall because it does look like a little too much clutter and it's just, you know, too much going on for your eyes. But I did like that they were blue and stood out from the pink, so I ended up including them anyways. They're not necessarily bad, it's just a little too much I think, but I stuck with them anyway. But if you like this apartment, you can download it off the gallery. My origin ID is violetangeleyes. You can also find it under the hashtag violetangeleyes or royal feline. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe. And I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye bye!
You're the night sky trying to make me see your stars, but the dark gets so lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence. In the dark's all that I see. When your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound, I'll find violet in your